Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're gonna be reviewing the Ferocious pack Rugops Primus. So let's just get straight into it. This is part of the second wave of the Ferocious pack, which is kind of hard to find. I don't know why, it's kind of weird, but those figures are not showing up in the stores. I don't know why, but luckily this Ferocious pack started showing up like some weeks ago. I got this figure like a two weeks ago or something. So yeah, really amazing to have this in my collection. As you can see, it's the new species, another Velosaur. Yeah, we had quite a few Velosaur this year, like a Scorpioranator, Rajasaurus, or maybe a Quilmosaurus that is in the extreme damage. And we had of course Carnotaurus, and we had a Majungasaurus back then. Yeah, so a lot of Velosaurs. And I really appreciate Mattel for making them, like making a lot of species and a lot of cool species and variety of species. So yeah, really amazing. So now let's have a look at the packaging before we get this figured out. So it's the same kind of packaging for all the Ferocious pack, nothing that you haven't already seen. So yeah, let's get to the back of the box. As you can see, we have the Velociraptor Red, the Dimetrodon, Rugops, and the baby Notoroceratops, the whole second wave. And then we have this pack stab. Yeah, pack stab, you can always get that. And yeah, so enough about the packaging, let's get this figured out so then we have a close-up look. So here we have our Rugops out from the packaging, and there you go, this figure can't even stand. I think it's because of the packaging. Gosh, I hate that Ferocious pack packaging. In that packaging, the figure can get easily damaged and they can get steel too. Seems like Mattel is going to continue that packaging also for the next year, I guess, for the Dino Truckers. So yeah, pretty bad. It's okay looking thing. I mean, there's some kind of weird look on it that is giving me some kind of trouble. But now let's have a close-up look. So starting up with that weird looking head sculpt, you can see we have still kind of very cool looking scaling and all that stuff going on the face. And then going down to the upper side, we have some kind of horn or something right here. And you can see a lot of scaling and detailing on it done pretty nicely. We got that orange eye with that black pupil. Of course, you're gonna get the black pupil because you have the black for the body color. So yeah. And if you see the teeth, I mean, that is just awful. Look at those teeth. They are, first of all, they're huge and they look so bad. And the other thing that they painted so badly, look at that. Oh, it's just, look at that, the gum tissue and the tongue. The paint of the teeth is going onto the tongue. That is terrible. The upper jaw is not painted, which is pretty common, but these are the worst looking teeth I've seen on a Mattel figure. I can easily say that. This reminds me a little bit of the Mesoyakusaurus, to be honest. On that figure, the teeth were painted well, but the shape of teeth just reminds me of that species. And talking in general, I don't know why they wanted to give it feathers. I don't think Velosaurs had feathers, and then they also gave it like 2 fingers, which is pretty weird. Very weird look on this figure. Look at those side claws, like they're pointing backwards. Pretty weird looking, to be honest. And if you're talking like in general, the proportion are very, like the tail is pretty small, and then you have this kind of big kind of head. First, when this was revealed like last year or something, this was supposed to be a Rugops. No, it was supposed to be a Utrinus, because it has 2 fingers and then also feathers, so everyone thought it's a Utrinus, but then it was revealed that it's a Rugops Primus. So yeah, pretty weird look on this figure. I think Mattel wanted to make it in their own way, I guess. Yeah, we can say like that. The feathers, literally you have some feathers all over the body, which is nice. I don't know if I mind that a lot, but yeah, it's kind of nice. But this figure didn't even need them. But some figures suffer from not having feathers, and some figures suffer from having feathers. So yeah, pretty weird. So the feathers start from here, and then they stop right here, and then they continue from here, and then they go to the almost to the tip of the tail. Yeah, probably they stop right here, and you have a little bit like you don't have feathers here, and no feathers right here. So yeah, they gave it some feathers at least, but again, this figure didn't even need them, but kind of weird. And here we have nice kind of paint for the jaw and that tongue and all the stuff. And same on the other side, nothing too different. You can see some other feathers also on the arms, some of feathers right here. Like I said, the feathers copied well, they're not painted, the toe claws pretty common for this figure. I mean, nowadays even the bigger figures don't get them, they don't paint them even on the bigger figures. So yeah, here we have the logo. And the other thing that I don't like about this figure is the paint job. This is too simple, it just doesn't look good. You have this kind of grayish, kind of green grayish mixed color for the main body, and then you have little bit highlights of black. You have black right here and then some black on the face, and that's it. That looks terrible, to be honest. It's one of the least painted figures, I guess, from Mattel. I don't know, there's still some other figures. So here we have scan code. So maybe if you want to scan that in your fax app, you can do that. So yeah, it's pretty ugly looking, to be honest, but it still can beat that Cosmoceratops in the, as far as the ugliness goes, I guess. But still, it's a new species. I don't really mind if Mattel makes, like, give it feathers or two fingers in their, like, it's Jurassic, so everything can be modified and all that stuff. But still, if the figure is not canon, they can still make like a scientifically accurate dinosaur. They'll be amazing. But here we have what we have. So for the articulation, basically got articulation in the jaw. You can move that like always. Articulation in the arms. The legs, you can move them backwards and forwards. The tail is just a rotation. Very useless actually. Like said also before, maybe if they can give like a hinge or ball joint, that'll be amazing. But they don't really give that on their small figures. So yeah, it's a okay looking thing. The paint job is very simple, and then it's not really scientifically accurate, and then it can't even stand, and overall proportion are pretty weird too. This is one of the weirdest looking figure from Mattel, I guess, but it's still okay. I mean, a kid really don't mind, like if it has feathers or two fingers, they just play with it, I guess. But like the other people who want a really scientifically accurate dinosaur, maybe good looking dinosaur, they will not be happy with this figure, I guess. But here we have, yeah, so there you have it, the Mattel Ferocious pack Rugops Primus. It's amazing to have a lot of different variety of species, and it's amazing to have a new Abulosaur in collection in Mattel line, in Jurassic line, and really appreciate Mattel for making a lot of these obscure species. But all I can say is that they could have done better job, at least with paint apps. Okay, the sculpt, they wanted to make it like that, but they could have done better job with, at least with the paint apps, I guess. But still, it's a Ferocious pack dinosaur. It's not like a big dinosaur, but still they could have done better job, because they did better job on their figures in past, on the attack packs and wild packs. But this year it seems like they don't really like to paint their figures well, but still it's not a big of a deal, at least for someone who just wanted a figure. It's not really big of a deal to have less paint. You can still add paint on them, you can still repaint them, but I'm not gonna do that, because I want my figures to be original. But yeah, so that's all for the Rugops. So hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, please subscribe. And that's all, so see you in the next video pretty soon. Bye.